So it's actually been a while since I made one of these videos, really just looking at the modding scene as a whole, all the different mods we do have available, and picking out what are my favorite, or in my eyes, the best mods for Fallout 4 right now. So if you guys don't know, about a week ago I actually made a video very similar to this, but for weapon mods. Naturally, since I made that video, I'm not going to include any weapon mods in this list. If you want to see my opinions on that, watch that video. Spoilers, the best weapon mod right now is the Watts 3000 in my opinion. But yeah, so without further ado, we have what are in my eyes the 5 best mods for Fallout 4. It's actually really hard to make this list. I feel like I always have to pick like kind of larger scale mods and stuff, but regardless. Kicking things off in no particular order is Start Me Up. This is honestly just an amazing mod and tool for people on PC and even some options on Xbox One. As more mods come out and you kind of just see the modding scene grow, you pretty consistently want to start new playthroughs. Well, Start Me Up is the go-to option for doing this, and one of the beautiful parts about this mod is it has been consistently updated. One of the latest updates is, in my eyes, one of the best. But I'm getting past myself. What this mod lets you do is select a few different things about your character as you are entering a new game. You can pick all your different stats, name your character, things like that, but also select where you're going to spawn, what kind of equipment you'll spawn with. That's actually something from the latest update, and just really kind of give you a jump start so you don't have to worry about getting out of the vault and doing all that crap again. And again, one of my favorite features from this new update is you could select what level you'll spawn at. So if you don't really want to deal with that whole first 5 to 10 level hump, you could just spawn at level 15 and get things going. Burn through some of those early quests, get rid of them, and start speccing out your character into a certain tree. This is going to be really great if you're trying to experience maybe a new character build or something like that. I know that's very popular among people in the community. And if you haven't used Start Me Up already to play a new playthrough, or maybe you're just waiting for some new mods to come out or your new PC to be built, this is going to be the mod you want to reference when you're ready for something new. So at number 2, we do have the PIP-Pad. This is my go-to Pip-Boy replacement mod. I don't actually know if there are any other Pip-Boy replacement mods other than retextures, but this makes a huge improvement. Maybe it's just me, but honestly, I can't go back to the regular Pip-Boy. Ever since I've downloaded this mod, I think I've had it installed like consistently. There's very few mods I keep installed because I'm always totally redoing my load order for new videos or things will break, etc, etc. There's only like 3 or 4 mods that every single time I'll be like, alright, let's install those for this new load order. The Pip-Pad is always on that list. Whether it just be typical inventory management or using the map, I just think the visuals of this are much more improved. The actual screen itself is higher quality, as well as some of the animations involved with it. I love this mod. It's, again, one of my favorite mods, hence being in this video. If you somehow never heard of it or haven't downloaded it yet, definitely do so. Maybe the video doesn't convey it well, but after actually using this, you will definitely feel pretty strongly about it. Then we do have Sim Settlements. This mod kind of took the modding scene by storm. Basically, what this is going to allow you to do is place down little plots of land and allow recruited settlers to build those plots up. This involving different tiers. Now it's also having different tech trees tying to this. The plots range from residential to commercial, industrial, agricultural. Your settlements will have needs. It's a very expensive mod, and I've made like 20-minute long videos on it in the past. It really just makes the settlement system feel a lot cooler. You could build little towns and cities without actually having to build them yourself. That's one of the least favorite parts about the settlement system for many people, but at the same time, you still can build up things if you'd like to. The regular settlement system is not really affected by this. The two work beautifully in tandem, as well as give you a ton of other perks like being able to build up a small town. Even beyond that, the modding scene for this mod is also pretty crazy. There's a ton of people making building packs and things like that. I imagine a lot of people that otherwise may have not even participated in Fallout 4 modding as a mod author did do so due to the creation of this mod. And even beyond all of that, it already has one expansion pack with another much larger one in the works. This really is like a picture perfect example of what a great mod is for a video game, and honestly other companies should look at this mod in particular and use it as an example as to why including modding in a game is so lucrative. Similar in nature to Start Me Up, we do have survival options. I love this mod because I love survival mode, but every once in a while I want to mix things up. Whether it be increasing the damage, as I always talk about doing, putting it on 3 times damage is my normal go-to, but sometimes putting it on like 5 times damage is also interesting. Or even just enabling fast travel. Sometimes I want to play some survival but don't feel like having to walk everywhere. Whether it just be I only have so long to play the game, or maybe I'm just feeling lazy. Well, this mod's going to give you options to customize a lot of the functionality included in survival. And again, the reason I really love this is I feel like if you're playing Fallout 4, you should be playing survival mode. It's the best way to experience the game, and especially if you're playing for the second or third time, it really is quite refreshing and just adds in new dynamics to the gameplay. But the survival mode by default is definitely not for everyone. No saving, no fast travel, the bullet sponginess of enemies, it really just doesn't make a ton of sense in my eyes. Well, survival options, as you can imagine, is really going to give you options and functionality around all of those features as well as many more. This is another one that's been updated extremely consistently. The last update was videos on the 16th of November. And yeah, it honestly is just an integral mod if you're playing on survival, at least in my opinion. So last but certainly not least, we do have Heather Casdin. This is the best companion mod. It's simple, it's definitive. I recently did a playthrough of Fallout 4 in survival mode. I'm like halfway through the game now, let's say. That's totally inaccurate, but one of the great parts about Heather Casdin, which really separates her from other companions out there that do check all of the normal boxes, is the amount of voice lines she has and her integration into Fallout 4 by default. As you play through the game, hit major quest marks, Heather will have her own dialogue and her own comments to make about this. This makes her stand out as a companion. It makes her feel like something that was made by Bethesda themselves as they were developing Fallout 4. I honestly feel like that's the feature that really makes her stand out in my eyes. At the same time, she also has her own shop. She has a bunch of custom items you could buy from her. She has quests, a perk, and things like that you can get after reaching certain affinity milestones. All those are cool, but a lot of those are done by other companions also. And it's really some of those other much more harder features to include that make her stand up on a whole nother level. So yeah, that's in my eyes the top 5 mods for Fallout 4. Let me know what you guys think about these. This wasn't a very risky video. I know all these mods are immensely popular and you probably have downloaded them, but if you haven't, definitely do so. I just feel like it's a great video to make to kind of catalog what are in my eyes at the top right now. Something to note, all these mods are remaining to be updated pretty much, other than the PIP-Pad, which hasn't seen updates in a few months, but otherwise Heather's survival options, sim settlements, and start me up all had updates within the past 3 months, which is pretty remarkable. Something to note, mod authors. As always, again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.